ask you about glass block. You know, it's a pretty popular product here, especially in the Southwest, and it seems like a great product because of the thickness. But can you talk to me about how it would compare to like a double or a triple pane window?
Sure, good question. It's comparable to triple pane glass, and it gets back to what we were talking about earlier with the different types of energy transfer. This is very good against conductive heat gain and heat loss.
Okay.
So up north it makes a lot of sense, as does triple pane glass. But for Phoenix, Arizona, we're concerned mostly about that radiant heat, the heat that comes through in the waves like light, and it's not spectrally selective. It's not blocking that heat the way the low E glass is.
Okay.
So from that standpoint, it's not as efficient. And being on the west, that could be a concern, although Mick and Allison have a big tree here that does shade it, so I think they're okay.
Do glass block come with any type of low E coatings, anything like that?
I've never heard of a low E coating. They do offer it in a tinted coating, which cuts down the radiant heat by shading it, but of course it also cuts down the amount of light too. So that's an option.
So generally, glass block is a pretty good product in the right application.
Sure, and certainly better than single pane glass.
Wow, these doors are really nice. I really like the smooth operation. But I got to ask you though, we're looking for energy efficiency, and we've just replaced a smaller window with a larger door on the west side of the house. Why would we do that?
Well, good question. This door, even being bigger than the window, is more energy efficient.
Okay.
Also, Mick and Allison were very anxious to open up this space, so it's a way to get in and out. And I believe they're going to go with some type of shade structure overhead.
Right, so we can keep that direct heat off of this, but still bring some light into the room.
Exactly.
That's fantastic. Also, the other thing I was wondering about is the sliding door versus the hinge door.
Well, this is an 8-foot opening. To go with a hinge door, we would have had to put 3 panels in, whereas an 8-foot 2-panel door is standard. Sliding also makes it easier to incorporate a screen, and it doesn't take up floor space. They've got a couch a few feet from the door. If it were hinged, it might get in the way.
Okay. Now, do they assign a U value to this door also, like the windows?
Right, it's about the same, about 0.3.
The same?
Right.
It's just beautiful. Let's go back in.
Great. Charlie, I want to show you something that illustrates what we were talking about outside in terms of conductive and radiant heat gain.
All right.
This is a radiometer, and we have 2 types of glass. This is dual pane glass, so it's 2 panes. And again, a lot of people think that's all you need to block the heat. And yes, it'll block the conductive heat, but this is low E glass, so this has the coating on the inside to block out the radiant heat. These little things spinning here, the faster it spins, the more heat. I have identical heat lamps. Look what happens when we put light through the different types of glass. See how much faster the standard clear insulated glass is moving than the one that has the low E coating?
Well, that takes no time at all, does it?
It's that radiant heat.
And they're both dual pane only.
They're identical. The only difference is this has the low E coating on the inside of the outer panel.
That's incredible. And those are the types of windows Mick and Allison are using?
Exactly.
I just love the feel of this room.
I agree, and this is going to make the house so much more comfortable. All these new doors and windows. It's going to be cooler in the summer, and it's going to be warmer in the winter.
And more energy efficient.
And more energy efficient. It's going to cut down on the noise and the dust.
Okay, well, let's recap. If our viewers are looking for new doors or windows, what do they want to be looking for, say, in a colder climate?
Okay, in a colder climate, we're going to be looking at U values, and we want a low number, 0.3, somewhere around there, because that's measuring the conduction of energy through that glass.
Right.
So definitely dual pane. Triple pane is even a good idea, and that argon gas helps as well.
Okay, you don't need the argon though in the warmer climates?
It's not so important because there the big culprit is that radiant heat gain, the heat that accompanies the light, and that's measured by what's called solar heat gain coefficient. And for that low E square glass on the inside of the outer pane is critical because that's cutting out that heat part of the spectrum.
Okay, great. Well, hey, I really want to thank you for coming out and helping us. You've been great.
Charlie, it's been a pleasure.
All right, let's go get a cool drink.
Sounds good.